Hey there, welcome to Concept Hunter. Today we're going to talk about Coming Out Simulator, which as you can see is in a wonderful resolution. So we got a ton of white space, well, black space. I want to say white space, but it's kind of black space. This game is not really a game, it's more of a visual novel where you have a ton of text and then you make a text decision and then you get a bunch of other text. But out of all the games that I actually played today, this was the only one that I actually finished, and the reason I finished it was because it was pretty damn interesting. It's the story of, guess, coming out of a guy that has pretty much a lot of hardships with coming out with his sexual orientation, and those stories are pretty much always interesting, even for someone like me who really never had an issue with his sexual orientation. It's damn interesting to hear about someone who did, and it's very well put together. The narrative is actually interesting, and I found myself, making a decision and then kind of wanting to see what would happen if I made another decision instead. That's replay value in such a very simple game with just text, and that's pretty damn awesome. In that, it does have a little bit of a hipstery vibe to it, and we could already check that out by actually choosing a couple of these options here. Coming Out Simulator, a half-true story about half-truths. It's kind of autobiographical, but it's also, half of it is true, half of it is kind of fiction. Hey there, player, glad to have you for the next 20 minutes, I guess. What would you like to do now? It does take about 20 minutes depending on how fast you can read, but it's definitely 20 minutes worth spending, and that is why I'm showing you this game. It was actually interesting, and I believe it's an experience worth sharing. We could actually ask him, who are you, about me, a little bit. So let's go through that. How rude of me, let me introduce myself. I'm Nicky Case. That's not my legal name, it's just my real name. That's totes weird, dude, and you made this game? Yep, I'm the sole writer, programmer, and artist of Coming Out Simulator. The sounds and audio, though, are from various public domain sources, but although it's mostly just me behind this game, there's a lot of people behind this game's story. Why'd you make this game? I wanted to tell my story. Surprise. Of course, you narcissist. Ha, of course. Actually, no, a narcissist would use their real name. I told you, it is my real name. Alright, weirdo. I made this game for the NAR 8 Game Jam, gave me an excuse and a deadline. You procrastinated until the last day to enter, didn't you? Yes. Also, this game is uncopyrighted, dedicated to the public domain. I'm as open with my source code as I am with my sexuality. That's a terrible pun. It really is a terrible pun. How's about a fork me programming pun? No. So yeah, you can get the vibe of this game. That is might not be might not speak to you that much. A little bit of hipstery vibe, but let me tell you, the narrative is great. It's interesting, and you should definitely just check it out and play through it. It's set out to do something very specific, and although it doesn't have a lot of gameplay in it, it set out to do something, and it did it very well. This is a great story. It's instead of reading an article or something like that, it shows a game, or a game-like kind of feel to it, which is a wonderful thing for me. It's a much more engaging way to tell a story, in my opinion, and it's done very well here. So yeah, this is Coming Out Simulator by Nutcase Nightmare, or how he called himself, Nicky Case, and that's it for me. I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye.